Number one, according to neuro scientists, what they say is that it takes around 12 years for 90% of the brain to develop. That is from 0 to 12, 90%, and it takes further another 12 to 13 years for the next 10% to develop. That is basically where their prefrontal cortex, their logical, executive thinking, and all that takes place. So at around age 12, 13, they still don't know how to make decisions. And this is what I always tell my friends who are parents. I feel for your kids more than you because they're going through, number one, their brain is not fully developed. Number two, they have also having hormonal challenges. And once they know that, they're like, okay, and then they tend to have a good conversation. But I'm happy for one thing because it could be because of your, work with the kids, for the child protection and all that, make you to be aware of all this for you to talk to your kids, and your husband plays a very important role here to set that environment to have a good conversation rather than being abusive. Because if it's in another family, it would have been more on a reptilian way of doing where you are fight or flight, hit first, talk later, and you guys were having conversation, and I would like to salute you guys for that. That's a very important take home that I got from here, because don't just judge them, because when you go and found out more, you realize you was not actually as how you thought your fears were, right? It's amazing what you guys have done, and I would like to thank you and Azmi for creating an amazing space for your kids to grow. So you also said that you are handling the Facebook and social media. And I'm really happy for that. Now we know, the brain is not fully developed. That's why when we were young, when we were teenagers, definitely, we were doing stuff which was so stupid, right? When parents said don't do, we still did. And we were thinking they were wrong. And now when we think about it, it was so dumb of us doing it. Just that we didn't have YouTube, Facebook, and all that during our time. But now it's all recorded, and that is something parents need to know. And you guys are amazing parents.
Oh, we're not that amazing, trust me. It's always trial and error sometimes. But I think it also falls back to our background. My mother, bless her, she has always been very frank. I think it comes with her medical experience. So she's very clinical. When she discusses sex, for instance, something that's very taboo to most households, she would just say, look, if you get pregnant, I will not be able to assist you with that, and because I'm too busy myself. So she's not saying like, do not get pregnant, do not do that. She will say, this is the circumstances. If you get pregnant, you're on your own, kid. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. And whereas my father his approach was stricter, definitely more stricter. So he was someone that would lay his hands on us. Is that good or bad? I don't know. Thank God we turned out okay. But I personally don't condone putting a hand on a child.
Yeah.
I think it's always better communicating, but to each in their own. But having said that, my father was also someone who liked to have conversations with us. He was a very physical man, so he would hug us, and that was very important. And for Azmi, I think his frustration was his father was always so busy, providing for the family. So whenever he, as a child growing up, whenever he had to ask his father for something, the father would say, go to the library and look it up. So because of that, I think he doesn't want, and that was very frustrating for him, because back then mana ada Google, library jauh, naik bicycle pun penat. So for him, he always wants to make sure that the kids are always empowered by knowledge. And if the kids ask him something, dia ni rajin. So during MCO, the cikgu wasn't me, it was him. He has patience of, oh my God, his patience level and his teaching capabilities is just like, woo, salute. Because he had that background of not being able to get those answers quickly. So when our son, no matter how busy he is, my son comes in, Papa, I want to know this. He will either teach them how to find it on their own, and that's why he provides them with all these devices and gets very angry with them if they misuse it. Because he said, I got you this computer so that it will help you to accelerate yourself better in life, not to be doing stupid stuff like ... Now I'm taking it away from you. And then he'll slowly give it back again. And he empowers them with that knowledge. He's so rajin. That one I have to take it to him like, it's nothing to do with me. Me, I'm more of
Wow.
the nurturing, love. He's the one that has the patience for all that.
It's amazing. Yin and yang. You need to have both polarities, right? To get it going. Otherwise, the magnets don't work also.
Oh,
Amazing, huh?